Hello everyone, I'm Troy, and today I want to do something a little different actually. Crazy. I want to do a Marvel Rivals hero tier list because, you know, I love Marvel Rivals. If you follow me or you watch my live streams at all, you know that I stream it quite a lot and I've been playing it quite a lot since it first came out in December. And I also just love making tier lists. I don't know what it is. There's just something so satisfying about placing things in order and ranking them, reviewing things. That's probably why I do game reviews. I like to give arbitrary numbers to video games. I guess they're not arbitrary, but you know what I'm talking about. And before I get people in the comments, I already know it's going to happen. Oh, you have no idea what you're talking about. What are you? You're probably GM or Diamond. You know what? You're right. Yeah, I really don't know what I'm talking about. This is a very normie, casual players tier list. Someone who plays, you know, I probably play about 3 or 4 times a week. Nothing crazy, but consistently since it came out. So I think my PlayStation says I have about over 300 something hours in the game. So I have played it a lot. Am I very good? I'm not bad, you know. I'm GM 2 currently. I've made it to Grandmaster 1, which I know is basically nothing because of rank inflation and all that bullshit. But yes, I am just sort of your average, maybe slightly above average Marvel Rivals player. And I think maybe that's why my tier list might have a little bit of validity. Or maybe not, who knows? Like I said, I just like to do this stuff and I like to have fun and I like to make tier lists. So yeah, here we are. And also we're about to go into season 2 here. So I think it'd be fun to kind of do a season 1 recap. At the end of season 1, where do I think, as your average normie GM player, where do I think all the heroes lie? How good are they? And as I kind of go through the list here, I will tell, you know, how much I've played the hero, how much I haven't played the hero. And, you know, I've encountered all these heroes plenty, so I know pretty much everyone's kit at this point. But I haven't played them all extensively. But we'll go ahead and get into all that. First, I want to go ahead and give a brief overview of these tier lists too. S is definitely the cream of the crop and needs a buff. Or sorry, it needs a nerf. What am I talking about? Yeah, it's buff S tier. A tier I would say is, you know, great. Pretty damn great. This is kind of where you want all your heroes to be. I would say A and B tier because B is good. And I would say neither hero in A or B would necessarily need a buff or a nerf. They're kind of just in that sweet spot. C to me is, you know, needs minor buff. You know, CT heroes, they're going to be good in certain circumstances or on certain maps or with really, really skilled, you know, one-trick players. But in general, they're just not going to be as good. I would say they probably need a minor buff. And then D needs a major buff. Like any heroes that I put here, you should just never pick them. They're terrible. Not worth it. They definitely need a major buff or just a complete rework. And I would never, ever play these characters unless I was running a quick match or something like that and goofing around. But all right, yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. So yeah, like I said, I've played a lot of these characters. I definitely am the kind of player who likes to change characters frequently. I'm not a one-trick. I find that kind of boring. I get bored if I play one character too long. But I definitely have a lot of characters that I prefer. So, starting off here, I think it goes alphabetically, but starting off here, we have Adam Warlock. Adam Warlock is actually a strategist, a healer that I play quite a bit. I do like Adam Warlock a lot, but I don't think he's necessarily super strong. He kind of has a higher skill ceiling. You gotta have good aim. You gotta know when to pop his ult correctly. It's kind of this really big revive. A lot of people fuck up his ult and will just revive people. And again, this is, you know, I've played all the way up to Grandmasters, and Grandmaster lobbies are wildly inconsistent because of the whole rank inflation bullshit. But Adam Warlock, he is good, but he's not great. So I'm going to put him in B tier. You know, before we get any further too, let me know down in the comments, you know, what do you think about my tiers? What do you think about your main that I ranked? Just, you know, if I put your favorite character at D tier, please don't get too angry with me. I know there's going to be some crybabies. All right, Black Panther. This is kind of a tricky one because I've seen some nasty, nasty Black Panthers. But I've also seen some really bad Black Panthers, and it really feels like he doesn't do enough damage. People call him the tickle monster, and I kind of agree with that. I think if you're really, really good, you can make him work. Really good. You have to be really fucking good. But generally, he's kind of weaker, and there's way better dive characters you can pick. So I'm going to put Black Panther actually in C tier, and maybe that's a big hot take there. There's probably some Black Panther mains that are going to get pissed off at me, but I just do not see him dominate that many lobbies. But when he does dominate, it's oppressive. So I think he's a little situational. He gets fucked up by Namor too, and anti-dive. So, and like I said, there's a lot better dive characters you can pick. All right, now Black Widow. Now, she used to be the worst duelist, the worst hero by far, and she's honestly gotten a lot better. I've seen some decent Black Widows, but she's still not that good. And again, she gets outclassed by other snipers. You know, Hela, Hawkeye are way better. I still have yet to see one completely take over a lobby, and I don't even know if I've seen an ace outside of some quick matches. So, you know, Black Widow, yeah, I still think she's in C tier. I still think she needs a buff. She's one of the weaker duelists, one of the weaker heroes by far. Yeah, you know, a lot more people are playing her though, so I do see her a lot more often. All right, next we got Hulk. Hulk used to be banned in nearly every game I played in the beginning of season 1 and season 0. But he's kind of fallen from grace, you know. I mean, his team up with Iron Man and Strange got nerfed, so that was kind of big. I still think he's good, but he isn't quite right where he used to be. And Hulk is I want to be straight up, Hulk is a character that I rarely ever play. He's kind of a tougher tank to play, and I do mainly play duelist and tank, so but if I want to play dive, I usually go Venom, not Hulk. Actually, I never go Hulk. I'm always Venom. I love Venom. Anyways, Hulk, yeah, he's just, his bubble is really nice. That's pretty nasty. His ult can really lock down a point. One of the guys I play with, my friend Adam, he plays a lot of Hulk, and he's pretty nasty with Hulk. I've seen him pop before. But I don't think he's ridiculously good. So I'm going to put him in like high B tier, maybe low A. We're going to go high B. And, you know, we're going to rank this. I think Adam Warlock's probably about a mid B. And then I do think, yeah, Black Panther is definitely probably about a high C. Scarlet Witch is probably about a Scarlet Witch. Black Widow is definitely a lower C, mid C. But yeah, Hulk, yeah, he's good. I like his ult. I like his bubble. His exile's kind of cool. But other than that, nothing too special. But I think he's good. He's a solid tank. Solid dive tank. Captain America. This guy has gotten a lot of buffs lately too. You know, I've seen some extremely, I wouldn't say oppressive Captain Americas, but obnoxious. And they won't even do any damage, but they will just run around an objective, just jumping up and down, dodging attacks, using their shield to block attacks in order to stop it for so fucking long. And if one time, like, especially because I play a lot of Magneto too, he's so impossible to hit with his primary shot. And it just, I've seen some wild Captain Americas before. And I think he's good. But he's still, you know, he doesn't throw out crazy damage or anything like that. So he really can't take too much control of a lobby, or, you know, I don't think he's going to win any games single-handedly. He still relies on his team to do most of the work, but he can be very oppressive. He's like a big, annoying mosquito. He's the tanky mosquito that you just hate, that you want to slap, but just never dies. And I don't really play a lot of Cap, but I play against a fair amount of Caps, and you see him a lot more in, you know, ranked lobbies too. So I think I'm gonna put Cap in bottom A tier. Yeah, but is he better than Hulk? Oh, I don't know. You know, I don't know if he's better than Hulk. I should ask my friend Adam, because he honestly plays both these characters a little bit, and he's been playing more Cap. He's been trying to get better at Cap. So maybe I will put Cap. I think Cap's ult is better too. It affects his whole team, you know. It's kind of like a semi-support ult. He has the shield. He's faster than Hulk. I mean, Hulk can jump, but, you know, his just base speed is faster. You know what? We're going to keep it here. People might get mad at this. I'm putting Cap at A. I'm putting Hulk at B. That's what we're going with. Cloak and Dagger. She used to be S tier easily beginning of season 1. Her ult was ridiculous. It got a fat nerf. It lasts way less as long, but her healing did get buffed. So I'm talking about a lot about my friend Adam here, but he also plays Cloak, and I've seen some crazy healing numbers out of her. So I think she's not an S tier like she used to be. She's definitely above Cap. I'd probably put Cap low A. But she's definitely, Cloak and Dagger, definitely an A tier. You know, very good hero. Can put out a lot of damage too. Cloak's kind of nasty. I've been blinded by that like cloak. I forget what it's called, but he like shoots out that fucking cloak wall. I don't know exactly what it is, but it blinds you. But yeah, Cloak and Dagger, I would say used to be S tier, easily A tier now, but in a good spot. I like that hero. I think she's a very, very good strategist. No, you can say hi. I'm just filming right now, you know. I'll have to edit this out. That's it, you know. All right, I should be done with my video by then. Bye. All right, Doctor Strange. He's really good. He's good. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's like the best tank. He's one of the most played tanks. I think he's outclassed a little bit by someone else when it comes to kind of being your main tank, your shield tank. I'm sure you guys can guess who that is. But he has more utility than another character. You know, his portal, that can be really nasty. His main, just primary attack's a little bit better. His team up with Hulk is pretty good. His shield is bigger and lasts a little bit longer, but he's just not quite as tanky as some of the other anchor tanks. But he's really, really good. He's really, really good. I think he has a higher skill ceiling than some people let him on. You know, you got to know how to use that portal correctly. His shots can be kind of hard to miss. Some interesting techs with him. I've played Strange quite a bit, not a ton, but I can never really be good with him. There's other tanks I'm way better at. But I still think he's a very good tank. So I'm going to give him easily high A tier. Very high A tier. Probably the highest of A tiers. He's like right before S tier. All right, now we are at Groot, which Groot, I would say, is like my off main. One of my mains. I play a lot of Groot. And his walls, man, they do so much damage. His ult is phenomenal. It just can win so many fights. His wood wall is actually super tanky, so it's super hard to bust through if you can place it right. Obviously, it, you know, just straight up gives you bonus health if, you know, you're attacking enemies next to it. But also, it can lock down certain areas. So he's very much like a zoner tank, but also a very good main kind of anchor tank. So Groot, I'm gonna give an S tier. I don't know if he's the highest of S tiers. He actually gets banned a lot more than he used to. I think people are starting to kind of catch on to him a little bit. But a good Groot can be very oppressive, and I've had some nasty games with him before. His only weakness, I think, is that he can be countered pretty easily by certain heroes. Like Human Torch fucks him up. Bucky can hook him super easy. So that's his one weakness. That's why I necessarily don't think he's the best tank, but he is a very, very solid S tier for me. Does he need a nerf? I don't know. Maybe I should change that. I don't know if he needs a nerf. You know, I will actually change this because I don't think Groot needs a nerf, and I don't think another tank that I'm about to put into S tier needs a nerf either. You don't need a nerf. We don't need nerfs in S tier. All right, Hawkeye. I don't play a lot of Hawkeye. You don't really see that many Hawkeyes, but I think he's good. I think his problem is he's just easily counterable, and just dive him. He can't really do much. Hit off headshots, but you don't really see him in the higher lobbies because, yeah, there's just another character that we're about to talk about here soon that can snipe better. But yeah, Hawkeye, I think he's about a B tier, middle B tier. He's good. You can definitely play him, but you're just going to get dove a lot. You're going to struggle at times, and I've tried to play him. He's just kind of boring to me, too. I don't really like Hawkeye that much. All right, Hela. Now, Hela. Hela's great. Hela's the best sniper in the game. Just her damage is ridiculous. 2-shot headshot. I don't play a ton of Hela. I have played Hela before. I'll play Hela if I think we need a sniper. If there's a flyer like Iron Man that's really impressive, boom, I'll swap to Hela. But I don't consistently play her. But I know that she's great. She dominates lobbies. Her ult's fantastic. She's simple. She's effective. She's good at what she does. Her team ups are pretty solid too. Easy S tier for me. One of the best duelists in the game. And she never gets banned anymore. I don't think she's high S tier. We'll probably go low because I guess she kind of can get dove sometimes. But yeah, you never really see Hela banned because she's never really like too annoying. She'll just snipe you from across the map a few times, but it never really feels like bullshit like some of the other ones. All right, Iron Fist. This one's tough for me because I've seen some really oppressive Iron Fists. I feel like it was when I was a lot worse at the game, though. Now that I've gotten better. And, you know, if you're playing solo queue and you can't really call out that you're getting dove by an Iron Fist, that's a lot more tough. But if you're playing with people, if you have any sort of communication, and now he's supposed to be like more of like a frontline fighter too, so most people can see him, but he still goes backline occasionally. Anyways, I just don't think he's that strong. Honestly, I might put him in D tier. I never see an Iron Fist do like super, super well. I've seen a few that, you know, get a lot of kills and they change his attacks to like more percentage based. He's supposed to shred tanks now, but I never see that happen. I still see him mostly dive the back line. I don't know. I don't feel good about Iron Fist, and I never play him. So Iron Man, this is a character that I have played a lot. I like flyers. I play a lot of flyers. He's easily countered. I get fucked up by Helas frequently. Spiderman counter him pretty well. But if you know what you're doing, you can have some really, really strong games as Iron Man. I've seen Iron Men dominate lobbies before, myself included. Remember, I'm only GM3, not that crazy. I'm not in Celestial or anything. But you know, I've stomped some silver lobbies with him. But I do like Iron Man a lot. I think he's good. I still play with him a lot, and I have good games. I see other people have good games with him. His ult's really fucking good. His beam is really good. His team up with Hulk isn't necessarily that crazy anymore. But they buffed his like base stats. So Iron Man, yeah, he's a good duelist. A lot of fun to play too. I love playing Iron Man. He's a good time. I'd probably put him like higher A tier too, maybe mid. I put him lower than Cloak and Dagger, honestly. All right, Jeff. Okay, this is a character that I used to fucking think was terrible. I used to think he was the worst strategist in the game. But now people are playing him like a duelist, like a flanking duelist. And it's crazy. It's actually crazy. And I think he's not insanely good, but he's actually a B now. I'd give him a B. I'd honestly put him above Warlock. No. Yeah, maybe slightly. Just because he has that, he's basically a duelist now when people play him. He has that entire new angle to him. You turn and try and kill him, he just goes underwater. So unless you have the right abilities, like a Scarlet Witch or something, it's so hard to kill him when he's underground or whatever it is, underwater. And his ult too, it's nothing. It's just more obnoxious than anything. You know, yes, he basically gets, you know, trades 2 or 3 kills for 1, but it's not a defensive ult, which you definitely need at least one of those, so that kind of puts him down a little bit for me. His base healing though is pretty strong, and he's just all around, I think he's a good strategist now. I think he's only like good though if you play him a little bit more aggressively and you play him kind of more as a duelist that can also heal, if that makes sense. If you play him just kind of back in your back line, just constant trying to heal bot, you're not gonna do anything too crazy, and that would probably be around a C tier. All right, Loki. I think Loki's great. I haven't played him a lot. I really have not, because he's definitely a more complex strategist. But dude, his stones are ridiculous. His ult is ridiculous. They need to nerf his ult. I don't know why his ult charge is like lower. He can accumulate his ult charge faster than Luna Snow, which is crazy. Because then you basically get a Luna Snow ult, which is the best like support ult in the game, faster than Luna Snow would. His ult charge needs to be slightly longer than any other support ult charge. Maybe they need to decrease the ult charge a little bit for supports. I know they did increase it recently. Anyways, that needs some tweaking. But Loki, he's cracked, dude. Loki's cracked. He can heal a lot. He can damage a lot. His stones are ridiculous. His ult's ridiculous. I've seen a lot of Loki's just command games get MVPs easily. He's hard to dive. He can just go invisible. I think Loki's an S tier for sure. He's hard to play though, so you don't see that many really good Lokis. But a really good Loki, dude. It's GG's. It's GG's. All right, Luna Snow. I mean, she's just like the best anchor healer, I think. She could pump out heals. Her ult is fucking ridiculous. It lasts forever, which I think they're probably gonna I think they're probably gonna nerf here. She has her freeze, her stun ability, so she can stop dive occasionally. She's just really good. She's a solid healer. I don't think she's better than Loki. I think Loki's probably the best strategist, but Luna's up there. So I would put her at S tier. She's always going to be a solid pick. Magik. Magik used to feel way better. I think they nerfed her in like the 1.5 patch. And you really don't see her as much as you used to, but I still think she's good. I don't know if I want to put her in A or B, maybe low A tier, or maybe high B. No, I'll put her low A tier, because a good Magik can really fuck up a backline and cause a lot of disruption. She's kind of, she can be tanky too. She can both dive and she can kind of frontline brawl. She's good. Magik's a good player, or a good hero. Got a good player. Magneto. All right, this is the first character that we've come across that I've lored on. I've played a ton of Magneto. I love Magneto. I mean, sometimes I kind of get bored of him now because he's kind of a boring playstyle. But damn, is he good. That dude is just so tough to kill. He's like your best, really the only like pure tank. He's got a shield that's invincible. It can block anything for a few seconds. Cast out a bubble on people who are diving or people in front of him. He can put a bubble on himself. His ult sucks up everything. It completely denies an entire zone. And then he also hands out a lot of damage to his primary attack, and hand out a lot of damage. Mag is, yeah, he's great. He's just, I think he's the best tank. I really do think he's the best tank in the game. Just because he's so consistent. He doesn't really have any counters. You know, even Wolverine, who's supposed to be your tank buster, can't really counter Mag very much because Mag could just bubble himself. You know, if any, Mag counters other people. He counters Cloak's ult, counters Starlord's ult, which is one of the best ults in the game. He counters Punisher's ult. He's just Mr. Consistent. Mag is Mr. Consistent. And he's not that hard to pick up too. I picked him up pretty quick. That's why I've been playing him for so long. He's good. He's just your best all-around pure tank. Maybe the best in the game. I put Loki above Groot. That's kind of your strategist. But I honestly, Mag might be just the most consistent hero in the whole game. But we'll see. We'll see. Definitely the best tank though. And maybe I'm biased. Mantis. Mantis, another character who kind of used to be really good in the beginning of the game. It's kind of fallen off lately. You don't really see her quite as much because she just doesn't have as strong of a defensive ult as some of the other strategists. And she doesn't really have that good a healing output. You know, she heals over time pretty slowly. But she does do a lot of damage, and she does damage boost her allies, which I think is kind of slept on. I honestly wish we saw more Mantises. I think Mantis is currently kind of slept on. You just really do not see many strategists playing her. But I would definitely put her in A tier. I think I'd put her maybe a little bit below Iron Man. You know, I think we need more Mantises out there. That's just my opinion. Moon Knight. I think Moon Knight's trash. He can be kind of annoying sometimes if you don't know what the fuck you're doing. You just destroy his onks. Stay spread out. Dive him if you have a dive character. He's so easy to dive. Even if you don't, he's kind of a big hitbox. You can just shoot him from far away. His ult, before season 1.5, he used to be nasty. Like, his ult was disgusting, and he was way better because of it. They nerfed his ult, and now it's really easy to dodge. I just don't see that many good Moon Knights. I'd put him in C for sure. Maybe even D. No, I don't think he needs a major buff. Anyways, for now, yeah, I think Moon Knight's in a C tier. I'd honestly, I'd put him lower than Black Widow. And you see a lot of them too. A lot of people play Moon Knight. I don't get it, and I never see them do well. Rarely ever. Namor. I think Namor's S tier. Actually, no, I think he's high A tier maybe. Maybe a little bit lower than Cloak. He's definitely really, really strong. He's a good hero. I think he's really reliant on Luna's team up, that extra squid. Without it, he's definitely still good, you know, but he's not like an S tier insta ban. That's why I usually prefer to ban Luna, because Luna, you get rid of her, who's a great strategist, and you also get rid of Namor's team up. But people usually will ban Namor, and I'm like, dude, you don't need to do that. You don't actually have to do that. But yeah, you know, he's very good at anti-dive, obviously, and some of the best characters are dive characters. Actually, I mean, only really one of them. But easily the best anti-dive hero. His squids are strong, but yeah, again, he's just super reliant on the team up. He needs that third squid, that ice squid, to really put himself over the top. But outside of that, you know, still a great character. His ults can be nasty. I kind of suck with his ult. I've played a good amount of Namor. I'm bad with it. I always miss or like hit the people on the side. So you kind of got to wait for like a Groot ult or something and pair it up with something. Anyways, though, strong character. Very good hero. Peni. I think Peni is very situational. I think easily the worst tank Vanguard. So I'm going to put her in C. She's really only good on defense. Her ult is just garbage. Her ult sucks. You just avoid her. Or you can beam her down too. It doesn't really give her that much health. Her mines can be really obnoxious at times. She can get some cheeky kills with them. But overall though, I just don't think she's that good. I think she's pretty mid. I think she needs a little bit of a buff. Psylocke. I think Psylocke's pretty good. Psylocke, I'd probably put in A tier. She's not an S tier or anything like that. She's not completely dominating or insta-ban or anything. Her ult's really good. It can be countered kind of easily if you know what you're doing. But yeah, she's just kind of your good standard flanker hero. And I've played her a decent amount as well. She's a lot of fun to play. Goes invisible. That's all sweet. You can get around behind people pretty easily. Get out fast. But yeah, nothing too crazy. But she's a solid, great. I would put her A tier. I've seen a lot of good Psylocks just dominate lobbies before. Punisher. I don't know if he's B or A. I'd probably put him high B tier. I think pretty much, yeah, all these duelists above him are better. You know, his turret can be kind of easily counterable if you know what you're doing. But you kind of got to know how to place his turret too. He's just kind of Call of Duty. He's definitely a good hero, and you can pump out a lot of damage with him. His shotgun slaps. His team up with Rocket is ridiculous. If you have that, you know, he's definitely an A tier, but he's pretty reliant on that. Without that, he's still going to put a lot of damage, but he's not going to shred through ult or anything. His ult too, he just moves super slow with his ult, and it can be really easy to kill him if you catch him off guard, but it is like the highest damage ult in the game, I think. I could be completely wrong at that, talk out my ass. But I think he's good. No, he's good. All right, we're back. I just went and ate dinner, so sorry if you see any oddities or anything, any shit on my face or anything like that. Anyways, where were we? I think we're at Rocket. I don't know how that happened. Rocket Raccoon. You know, it's crazy he has one of the highest win percentages in the game, at least last time I checked those stats. That dude, he's a heal bot. He can hand out a fuck ton of heals, and his revive is pretty solid. And he has decent survivability. He's small, he's shifty. He basically can do no damage. I mean, he can up close, you'd be surprised. But like anything that's further than, you know, a few meters away, it's going to be so hard to hit. I've seen some really good rockets. You know, his healing's even kind of outclassed. Ooh. You know what? I'm going to put him in high B tier. He just doesn't really do anything too special. You know, like Warlock can hand out a lot of damage, but he can't heal very well. Rocket's kind of the opposite. Can heal a lot, basically no damage, which isn't good. You know, sometimes those supports with a few thousand damage, that kind of shit turns the fight, right? So yeah, I think he's good, but not great. Solid strategist though. Scarlet Witch is an interesting one because you see a ton of them. I think it's probably the easiest duelist to play just because her primary fire is I don't even know how to describe it, just tracks, right? It attacks anything that's in front of her and does the steady stream of damage. So you don't really have to aim at all playing her, at least with her main fire. And she has like a good escape ability. So I think she gets a lot of bad cred. And maybe this is just me talking because I'm not in like Celestial or whatever, only in Grandmaster. I see a lot of them, and I see a lot of good ones. And also being kind of play a lot of flyers, Scarlet Witch kind of fucks up Iron Man and Storm and all that stuff. So I don't think she's bad. I think she's a solid B tier, maybe lower B tier. You know, her ult's still kind of trash. You can easily beam her down when she ults. I've done it plenty of times, but I don't think she's bad. A lot of people I see put her in like C or D tier. I don't think she's terrible. She's definitely not terrible. She has some good abilities, hands out damage at a steady rate. She can be good. She can be good. Spiderman, S tier, bro. This guy is cracked right now. I don't know what happened. I don't even remember what nerfs he got. All I know is he was kind of ass. Maybe people figured him out. He's a very tough character to play. But now, dude, you get a good Spider-Man. That dude just insta-kills you so fast with just the same combo. I play, like I said, if I play Duelist, I'll play Iron Man. I play a lot of Storm, too. I play actually a lot of Human Torch. I get cooked by Spider-Man so much, so maybe I'm biased here. But I think Spider-Man is easily one of the best duelists, the best dive character by far. Insta-ban in a lot of lobbies. Yeah, he's just a great duelist. He's tough to play, but he's really, really good. Squirrel Girl. Squirrel, stand Stampede. I think she's good. She can handle a lot of damage, consistent damage. Debating between low A or high B. Maybe like mid B. She's pretty simple. You know what? Yeah, well, I'll throw mid A actually. She's good. She does a lot of damage. Her ults, she's kind of brain dead. You know, she's easy to play, but it doesn't mean she can't be good. There's really not much to say about her. She just kind of lobs fucking grenades into the back line or into the tank, whatever have you, and it does a lot of damage. So she's a pretty good hero. Starlord. I like Starlord. I play a lot of Starlord. I have played a lot of Starlord. Not like my main duelist or anything, but I've played him quite a bit, and he's really good. There's a lot of Starlords that are far better than me, obviously. But dude, I think he's one of the best duelists, easily. Best flanker duelist. His ult is just so fucking good. His ult's phenomenal. Up close too, his element pistols or whatever, rifles, I forget what they're called. They melt tanks, they melt duelists if you can track your shots well enough. His little E ability or whatever it is, well, it's not E, on console. How did I know what it was on PC? Left bumper, you know, where he kind of does like a little mini Reaper ult where he just kind of shoots all around him. That move is actually super good. People used to think it was ass too, but you can secure kills with that. You just pop that and you go above a crowd of people. You're just doing a little chip damage to all of them. You charge your ult super fast. Starlord, he's great. Starlord is a great hero. Is he better than Hela? Also, I'd put Spider-Man up here. I think Spider-Man's one of the best. One of the hardest to learn, but if you get him down, one of the best. Even Namor is hard to counter Spider-Man. Anyways, I think he is better than Hela. So far, that's the best tank. That's the best strategist. I think that's the best duelist. Yeah, I like this. I like that. Storm. Okay, Storm. Storm is the other hero that I have Lord on. I've played a ton of Storm. I am still pretty nasty with Storm, but before she got nerfed in the beginning of season 1, oh my god, I was slamming ham with Storm, dude. It was ridiculous. She was so overpowered. They gave her a pretty fat nerf, but it was needed. She was OP, but she's still really good. I'll still pick her up and I'll slam some more ham with her, get some MVPs, do what I gotta do to get the dub. She's still banned occasionally, not as much as she used to, but very rarely. She's good. I think I'd say high A tier. I think she's still a pretty good duelist. And her whole damage buff, where she buffs the whole team, I bet she's still, once they release the stats, I bet she's still going to have a pretty high win rate. Just the fact that she can buff her whole team with a damage boost like that, or at least everyone around her. It's pretty solid. All right, Thor. I think people sleep on Thor. I see Thors do, paired with a good mag or a good Strange or something. Thors are great. Not going to be a good solo tank, obviously, but a good damage dealing tank. I'd kind of put him next to Hulk. Sorry, I guess I don't think he's deserving of A tier. I lied. He can handle a lot of damage, but he gets clapped fairly easily, and there's not really too much you can do about it. I played a decent amount of Thor too, and he's fun. He's a lot of fun to play, but I don't think he's great. I think he's just good. He's solid, very solid tank. Is he better than Cap? Honestly, I'm gonna switch Cap and Thor. I'm sorry. It's a huge change up. I think Thor is better than Captain America. I don't know what I was thinking, putting Cap at low A tier. Again, can be very annoying, but just doesn't do damage. You can get a lot. I've seen Thors get a lot of MVPs. They're securing a lot of kills. That's just with his awakening ability. He hands out a fuck ton of damage. So, all right, moving on. Venom. I love Venom. I play a lot of Venom. I don't have Lord with him yet, but I want Lord with him because his Lord is badass. And they just gave him the twerking emoji. Come on, S tier instantly. I'm just joking. I don't think he's S. High A though, or I'll give him middle A. Actually, mid A. I think he's the best dive tank for sure. I mean, the only really dive tanks. Oh, I guess him, Cap, and Hulk are all kind of dive tanks. I think he's better than Cap and Hulk. His ult got way better if you use it on tanks. They chunk down half the tank's life. Give Venom a fuck ton of life. Venom is so hard to kill with his I totally forget the name of it, but his R1, I forget what it is. I don't know, it's on PC, but it gives him all that bonus health, and he hands a lot of damage. His primary fire can be kind of hard to hit, but once you get the hang of it, you're back there doing work, slamming ham, cleaning up house. You can get out fast, you get in, you get out fast. Simple and effective. I love Venom. Good tank. Great tank. Bucky. Dude, fucking S tier. I hate Bucky. I think he's the second best duelist behind Spider-Man. Just his ult can build so much momentum. It's so powerful. His hook, as someone who plays a lot of Vanguard, Especially if I play Groot. Oh my god, he just gets hooked. He's pretty much shooting fucking freight trains at you. They're super thick. They do so much damage. He's a great duelist. He really is. He can kind of do it all. He's anti-dive in a way. He's anti-tank in a way. He's kind of a pure duelist in a way. He can kill. You know, he can 1v1 easily. He's just all around your best range duelist, I think, by far. Wolverine. You know, I don't know why he's banned so much. Don't get me wrong. A good Wolverine can totally destroy a lobby, destroy your tanks. I don't know if he's insta-ban worthy. I'd give him high A, maybe low S. We'll go high A. Is he better than Storm? I don't know. I just don't see him that much because he's always banned all the time. We're gonna go low A tier. Low A tier. Don't get me, like I said, don't get me wrong. Wolverine's good. He's a great even. You know, I've seen some nasty Wolverines. I've seen some really shitty Wolverines too, man. Like they just don't know what they're doing. And maybe there's enough people, and maybe that's it. They don't know what they're doing because they never get to play Wolverine because he's constantly banned in comp. But even when I do see him, I don't know. I think A tier is correct. I'm way more for banning Spider-Man, Bucky, even fucking Starlord. You never see Starlord bans, but Starlord's disgusting. Even Hela. But I would not ban Wolverine over those people. But he's always picked for some reason. I guess whenever I play Groot, I am happy that Wolverine gets banned because I have been Groot before and getting fucking hard countered by Wolverine is terrible. That's no fun. Anyways, all right, moving on. Mr. Fantastic. I used to kind of want to play him for a little bit because he's kind of fun to play. And I kind of get what he does. You know, I don't think he's... Actually, yeah, I do think he's that bad. His ult is just horrendous. They did buff a little bit. I think it does a bit more damage. It's just hard to see his effect on a stat sheet, you know? I do feel like he is disruptive because he's basically a Vanguard that for some reason is labeled as a duelist. I don't know why they did that. It's ridiculous. Actually, we're gonna put him at C tier. I really don't think he's that bad. I really don't. Is that gonna be Iron Fist gonna be the only D tier? Maybe. But yeah, he's okay. He just barely does any damage. He just barely does any damage. And he's tanky. Invis Woman, S tier for sure. I think she's great. I think Luna Snow and Loki are probably a bit better, you know, but I say Invisible Woman is probably the third best strategist. Very good. Her ult's fantastic. Healing capabilities are amazing. She can just constantly be healing you. Her little push pull thing, I've seen that used so many times. It's so clutch. But yeah, she's great. There's really nothing bad I can say about her. I guess she can... The only negative is that she has to turn invisible to heal herself and kind of pull out of the fight a little bit. I think that can be a little jarring and can kind of fuck up your team and yourself. Other than that, though, yeah, she's very, very good. Here's the thing, Badman thing, bro. Love the thing. Yeah, I just did a little Rasta accent there for the thing. I have been playing the thing a lot more lately, and dude, he's pretty good. He's pretty good. I'd probably put him... Is he better than Venom? I think he is better than Venom. I'd probably put him out there. Best brawler tank, for sure. Not as good as Strange. You know, Strange is just more of your main tank. All three of these are more of your main tank. You know, but then we have three main tanks. That's not really fun. You know, we'll put him at S, dude. I think he's your best off tank, for sure. I think he easily is your best off tank. Thor's pretty good, too. The Thing, yeah. He just does so much damage with his alt fire. And whenever I play him, I basically never use your primary. I'm just always throwing the haymakers out. He's really good against dive. His team up with Invisible Woman's really great. Kind of basic, but his ult's really good too. You know, it's just a huge stun. We love those big stuns. Yeah, that's the bad man ting, bro. He's bad. He's real bad. Isn't bad as in like he's a bad man, you know? Human Torch. I've popped the fuck off with Human Torch before. I don't play him all the time. I like to usually whip him out when there's someone else pick Storm on my team if I'm not playing Storm. And dude, yeah, Human Torch, dude kind of rocks. I think he has a bad rep. I don't want to put him at B tier. Okay, no, but see, without the Storm team up, he can be countered pretty easy. So I think he is deserving of B. He used to be way worse. When they first dropped him, he was fucking ass. He was so bad. But they buffed his primary fire a little bit. His kit's weird. It's kind of interesting because he's has like a dive move, but he's a flyer and he is really squishy. So you kind of gotta really only utilize it for kills or if you're putting the enemy on the back end. but he's fun. I really like playing the Human Torch too. So I'd put him like high B tier. I think people sleep on him a little bit. You never really see him. I think with the Storm team up, that would put him like an A tier. That team up is one of the best team ups in the game, if not the best. But without it, he's good. He's solid. A lot of fun to play though. All right, now we have our new upcoming season 2 characters, which have not been released yet. We have Emma Frost and Ultron. Super excited for both of them. Let's do a little speculating here. We know Emma Frost's kit. I saw the video. It actually released today upon recording. You know, again, this is pure speculation. This is probably a little bit too early to rank them. But we're gonna do it anyways because this is my video and I want to do it and have fun. I think Emma Frost is gonna be great. I think, and I'm super excited to play her, being I mostly play Vanguard. Her kit looks really nice. She has like a shield that she can project. That looks great. So she's basically kind of another shield tank, which is what we need. She has her like frost form or whatever, metal form, where she looks like she becomes invulnerable but switches to melee, and she has like a grab where she can like throw people. Her ult like pulls everyone towards you. Her kit looks crazy. Then again, so did Human Torch's kit when it first released. When the video first came out. That ended up being kind of bleh. So we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, her kit looks great. And of course, in the video, they're going to make it look great. But just thinking it out, you know, having another character that can project a shield, someone with some melee grapples and stuff, and she was like throwing people off the ledge, someone who can push people off ledges and displace people like that as a tank. She looks like she's really, really good at making space. And then on her ult, it's like bringing people back into that space. It's just cool. I'm really excited to play her, actually. I think probably out of all the previews I've seen, out of the Fantastic Four and her, I think I'm most excited to play her. The Thing, I was like, he looks cool. Ended up being really dope. I like playing him. But Emma Frost, cannot wait. Ultron, we don't even know what this guy does yet. We don't know if he's a strategist or a duelist. Rumor has it he's going to be a strategist, which is kind of cool. He's going to use like his bots and stuff to heal you. My guess, though, is that he's going to be kind of mid. I'm going to watch his video, though, and be like, dude, he looks so good. But I think he's probably going to be mid. They usually, you know, with like the Thing and Human Torch was shitty. The Thing was great. Woman, Mr. Fantastic is shitty. Woman is great. It seems like they definitely want to make sure they're not having power creep. So they're kind of bringing in the heroes and making sure they're not the best heroes in the game. So I do think with just how new heroes have been introduced in the future, there's always one good one, one bad one. Although they're not releasing at the same time. I think Ultron's releasing halfway through the season. And I also think Ultron's going to be a strategist. I do think he's going to be a strategist. I think that they don't need more duelists, bro. We have like fucking, I don't know, 20 duelists now? Like 10 Vanguards? It's like, Jesus Christ, bro. More than that, maybe. I don't know. Anyways, they need more Vanguards and duelists, or strategists. So it makes sense for him to be a strategist. He looks sick, though. I love the character design. Anyways, yeah, there it is. There's my tier list. Interesting. You know, I think Magneto, Loki, and Spiderman, I think those are the 3 best tank, best strategist, best duelist. Other big takeaways, you know, Iron Fist is the only one that I think needs a major buff. I just think his kit doesn't make sense. Does he really deserve a D tier, though? Is he the only one? I think so, because I think all these heroes are better than him. I think Mr. Fantastic is better than Iron Fist. I don't know what it is. Iron Fist seems fun, and I've seen him pop, though. Fine, we'll put him here. We'll put him here. If there's Iron Fist mains out here, please don't cry. Actually, no, he's D, bro. I've only really seen pop in really, really low elos. That's it. Since I've been in GM and even Diamond, you rarely ever see a nasty Iron Fist. But yeah, you know, thank you so much for watching. You know, let me know down in the comments below. What do you think of my tier list? What do you think is season 2 coming up here? It looks pretty badass. Emma Frost looks sick. Ultron looks sick. The new map looks sick. They're also changing their format to 2-month seasons and 1 hero every month. That's gonna be 12 heroes a year. Holy shit, they are outpacing Overwatch 2 by far. And that is so exciting. So really excited to see where this game goes. But yeah, let me know what you think of the tier list. Where's your main at? Am I completely wrong? Am I just some idiot normie GM player? Which I prefaced in the beginning of the video. That's exactly what I am. Thanks again. Have a great day. Bye-bye.